Have you ever seen a website displaying data in neat rows and columns, like a price list, a schedule, or a comparison chart? That is an HTML table, and today I'm going to show you how to build an HTML table right from the scratch. In our last video, we covered div and span. As you can see, covered div and span, which is the two most used tags in a real project. Today we are learning HTML table, how to display data in a clean, organized way using rows and columns. After this video, we are going to move straight into CSS, so you guys should pay attention because this is the last HTML topic before things get really exciting. Now let's talk about what an HTML table really is. Now I'm going to come to our Google and ask Google what HTML table really is. I'm going to say HTML tables, or let me say, what is HTML tables? Now, according to Google, it says an HTML table is a structural element used by web developers to organize and display table data into a grid of rows and columns. They are ideal for presenting interconnected information like financial data, product comparisons, timetables, and schedules. And it says further, core tags. Every HTML table is constructed using a specific hierarchy of tag, which we are going to discuss in this video. Can you see? We have the table tr, th, and td. Now let's go back to our browser. Now a table is used to display data in rows and columns. Think of it like a spreadsheet. Some of you should know what a spreadsheet looks like Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets, but built with HTML. You see tables everywhere on the internet, like price comparison pages, spot result, timetables, financial data. Anywhere data needs to be organized clearly in rows and columns, that is a table. Now let's try to do something. Now I'm going to teach you guys how table is what table tag really is. Now I'm going to tell you guys what HTML tag element is used to create a table. First off, you type in your table elements, and then can you see now that VS Code had already brought out the table for me. All I just need to do is to click on my enter and then give it another enter for it to give me a space to put in whatever I want to put. Now inside table, that is not just all. Start with your tr. We have a lot, but let us just start with tr, which means table row. Now I'm going to type in tr, and inside tr, which is the table row, it means that I'm creating a row. How am I you know what, once we start this, you are going to understand what I'm talking about. And I don't want this video to be too long, so we are going to start with tr, and then inside our tr, inside every tr or every th, or let's just continue, we are going to create a td, which is table data. Now in this table data, it means that you are about to put in a data or a text. That the data means anything you want your users to read. Do you understand? And this table row means that the rows is going to create, which is going to create something like a border for you. So let me just write in something and say row 1 and say colon 1. So I'm just going to save this. Let me give it another td and say row 1 colon 2. Now let's try. Let me save this. I'm just going to save this, and okay, I don't know why this is not reflecting. Okay, so it means that I can see it down here, and I don't want it. I deliberately created this BR. Okay, so let's just remove this BR. I know it's going to come down, but I'm just going to comment out every of this so that it's going to give me the space I need. I'm just going to comment out all of this. I don't want to delete, clear it off. So instead, I'm going to comment it out, and then yeah, so now we have our table to ourselves. Now can you see that it already created a row for us, right? Now I'm going to create another TR. I'm going to create another TR and then create my TD and name it row 2 colon 1 on 1. Can you see that it's already creating row 2 for me? And then I'm going to create another TD and say row 2 colon 2. So we have it here. The only thing we've not just gotten is our border, right? Because we've not started our CSS, but I'd want you guys to know what exactly we are doing. So let me just quickly tweak something, and then yeah, so I just typed in a small attribute that is not really even allowed anymore in HTML, and we have our border. Can you see now that we have our border? So now it can you see, if I should zoom this out, can you now see that the TR that we created, which is this, can you see that it has already created a row for us, right? So which means that the first row, these are the first rows, right? So this first row is telling us that this TR is telling us that we are in the first row, right? And this first table data is creating the first column for us, and the second table data means that it's creating the second table the second column for us in that first table row. This is so confusing. It's always so confusing. So you have to calm your nerves down and then try to understand properly, and with constant practice, I'm sure you are going to understand it. So, and now we created the second table row, which is this, right? So in the second table row, we created the first column, which is this. Can you see? And then we created the second column, which is this. So can you see now? If I should create another one here, another table data here, I'm just going to create in the first row. I'm just going to create another TD and say row 1, because we are still in our row 1. Can you see? And then I'm going to say colon 3 colon 3. Now can you see that it had already created a colon 3? So the reason why this is empty is because the second table row does not have a colon 3, so it is actually empty. If I should, I'm just going to, can you see? Yeah, can you see that I just duplicated this table data in the second table row, and it's already created a table 3 for me. All I just need to do is to change the text, and now can you see it? So that is how a table data is being built. A table data, can you see, and a table row. Now I'm going to create I'm going to show you how a table header is going to, we are going to create a table a table header, and you guys are going to see how a table header is going to look like, because as per a header, everything here ought to be bold, and then the rest of the rows have to be lighter than it, so just to differentiate the two. So let's try that. I'll just comment, let me just comment on all of this and then start afresh. I'm going to start with my table tag, and inside my table I'm just going to give it enough space so that you guys are going to understand what I'm talking about. So here I'm going to create another TR, like the new TR, right? I'm going to say TR, and in my TR I'm going to create a T head, not head yet, but TH, right? So I'm just going to say TH, and we are going to call it okay. Now, so what do I want to add here? Okay, so let's say name, right? And I'm going to create another TH and then say course, and then another TH. I just duplicated that, and then I'm going to change the name and say progress. Oh, sorry, this is not changing because I had not refreshed it. Let me save this first and let me refresh my page. Yeah, so we have it here. We have it now. We have the name, course, and progress. If I should add the border attribute here. Is going to create, can you see that it has already created our border for us, which means that this name, this course, and this progress, they are all in one row, and that row is what we have created here. The row, can you see, table row, can you see? And in that table row we created name, the first th, the first course, the first progress. And now I want you guys to notice something. This text looks bold, it looks thicker than the one we created before, and I'm going to show you so that you are going to see the difference. Or right now, before going forward, let me just change this. I'm going to change this to TD, and then you see the difference. Can you see that I changed just to one, which is which was TH before, which was table header before, and changed it to table data. And now we can see that the name that was bold before had already become light. Can you see that? So that is the importance of TH. TH makes it shows that okay, you are creating a header for that particular table. So I'm just going to take it back to TH, and now it has changed back to the bold name. Now I'm going to create another TR. So in that TR, I'm going to create my TD. I want you guys to be, to focus on this and see the outcome. Now in my TD, I'm just going to say Wizra. I'm just going to say Wizra. Right? Can you see that it is creating it right under the name? So okay, let's just continue. There is something I want you guys to know, but I'll just finish this first. So the course, I'm going to course should be HTML, right, and I'm going to create another TD and say completed. Right now, can you see that we created our table header starting from the name, the course, and then the progress, and then we followed suit the same way, the same thing we how should I put, the header, we created the header just for a purpose, right? We created the name just for us to add a name underneath. We created, or just for us to add a name or names, underneath. We created course, a course header for us to add series of courses under this header. Now we created progress as well, just for us to create the progresses of the course that particular person or each person had completed or is yet to complete. Now that is the same way we did it here, right? We did all of that here, and we can see the results. Now I want you guys to note something. Once you create a name, once you create something here in the header, you have to follow that same pattern in your table data. For example, I created a name header here, and that name header is the first thing you guys can see when you are about to start reading your table on your browser, right? So I created the name header, and now I'm putting in a name as the first on my table data. Can you see that? I created the course as the second table header, and now I'm creating a course as the second one. It's just like a question and answer. This is asking a question, this as the first header, table header, asking your name, and then because you want to answer, you're answering as the first table data as well. This is asking for your as the second table header, as it's asking for your course, and you're answering in the second column, right, or second row. You're answering the kind of course. Do you understand? And it's this at the top, third one as well. So now that same thing, I'm just going to create it again, TR, right, and I'm going to follow suit the same pattern that I started. I'm going to say TD and give another name. Now I'm going to say let's say John, right, and I'm going to duplicate this, and we have the question is course, right, which is the second one, and in that course I'm just going to say CSS, right, and here I'm going to say not complete. Now can you see that the name the names here are answering for the name header, just like I explained earlier, the courses they are answering for this course header, and then these progresses are answering for this progress header. So now it would not make sense, because I had already created name as the first table head, and course as the second, and progress as the top. I should now come here to say completed, and now come here and say Wizra, and then come here and say HTML. Can you see that it does not really look nice? It's not about being nice, but it looks insane. It looks like the person doing this table does not know what they are doing. Do you understand? Can you see? Because you are asking for name and you are saying completed. How does name has to do with completed? How does course has to do with Wizra? How does progress has to do with HTML? Do you get? So you have to, put them according to the question being asked, or not really. This is not a direct question, but is actually telling you to input something in the table data based on what the header has asked you to put. Do you understand? So you have to follow suit. We are asking name here, name as the first, and then answer the question as your name at the first, course at the second, answer the course at the second, so progress at the third, and answer the progress at the third. Simple as that. I know it is most times it has always been confusing to a lot of people, but when you follow this pattern, it makes it so easier. So I'm just going to do my Ctrl+Z, and now we have what we have here. Now I would create another TR, right? TR, and then let me give it another TD. So with TD, I'm going to say, let's say Shola again. We have Shola. Can you see that it's giving me under the name, because name is the first table header. I'm going to duplicate this and say JavaScript. I can still decide to use HTML. As far as it is answering as a course, I can decide to say HTML again, right? As far as it is answering as a course, you understand? And I can decide to as well say completed. Do you get? Just as the first one, the only thing that is left is the name. That name is different. We don't bear the same name, except some people bear the same name, and coincidentally they are offering the same course, and coincidentally they've completed their course. Do you understand? So that is a coincidence. It does not have to do with any other thing. So I can as well decide to say the person's name as well is Wizra. Do you understand? So that is still still answerable. So but I'm just going to reduce confusion, I'm going to call this JavaScript, and then come here and say in progress. Do you understand? So now that is how a table works. Now I deliberately added this border here just to cut confusion, and you guys the border would explain better what we are actually talking about, because it's going to make it make sense to you guys. But in the real sense, CSS should be used, not this, right? So we are going to try another thing. This again, I'm going to, or instead I'm just going to give it a BR. Just going to uncomment this and give this a BR. Just going to create a BR at the middle. Yeah. Now I'm going to create another table, and this example I'm about to give you guys, it is very simple, and it makes table very not looking complicated for people looking at your code and whenever you are also working on it. But if you don't pay attention, you will get totally confused. Trust me. But I want you guys to understand one thing again before probably whenever you are about to watch this video again, and just for practice, you need to understand this part first before moving forward to the other one. If you don't understand this part, it might be kind of difficult for you to move forward with this one. And then whenever you get to this part that I'm about to show you, you need to calm your nerves, try to understand, just do it one step at a time and do not rush. Now I'm going to start another table, right? In this table, I'm going to, just like we have our head and our body in the normal what are they calling it? Can you see this normal HTML template or boilerplate? That is the same way I want to do here. Or let me try to create something so that you guys would. Okay, so let me I'll just come to yeah. So we have test.html here. So I just want you guys to understand it perfectly. So now in our boilerplate, I'm just going to create our boilerplate, right? In our boilerplate, can you see that we have head here, which is, which has encapsulated some things here. Can you see that we have some things inside our head? This is our opening tag head, and this is our closing tag head. And here now we have our opening tag body and our closing tag body, and in this body is where we put a whole lot of things that shows in our browser, right? But this also reflects in our browser, but for those that do not know it, you might not really understand. And this is our title, right? So if I say test, our title is going to show around here. Do you understand? This is saying our page now is going to call it test. Do you understand? So that is what this header is all about. And this table too, it shows vividly on the browser for users to see. So that is the same way I want to also do the table. So I'm just going back, just to remind you and make you understand what I'm about to teach you. So now going back to the index.html, now I want you guys to, just like the example I just made using the normal HTML structure boilerplate, I'm just going to say table head. Just though it is not compulsory, it is really not compulsory. It is, it is fine if you totally use this pattern, but just to make it easier for you to as a developer, it gives the same result. But just to make it, look less confusing, you might also want to use this. So T head, and now in this T head, I'm going to, because just for you to know that, okay, yes, what I'm about to create here, I'm about to create a header, and now I'm going to, before putting anything there, I'm going to create T body as well, and say T body. Can you see? So now we have our T head just like we have in our boilerplate, right? And then we have T head and T body, just like we have as human bodies as well. We have our head and our body, right? So I'm going to create a TR inside this TH, just to create our table row, and I'm going to say TH, right? So this might be confusing, but I need you to focus, right? So TH, we have TH inside our TR. You should know that every TH or every TD you create, it must start with the TR, which is depicting that we are about to create a table row, a row in a table. Do you understand? So this TH, don't confuse it. This TH is just to let the developer, guide the developer that, okay, this is a header and this is a body, right? Just like we have in human form, right? So we have the head and the body, nothing more. So other things, our brain and everything that is inside our head, this is it. This is the brain. This is the brain. So when people speak, we know that they are speaking from somewhere. They are speaking from their brain, their experience, everything is inside their head. So that is exactly what is happening. So when you see something in your screen, you know that it has some things that has been, put together in your code. So that is exactly how it is. So this is your head, and we have the TR and TH inside it. So now in my TH, I'm just going to create name, and I'm going to create another TH and say course, and then create another TH and then say progress, right? So can you see that we have it? I'm going to, in this table, I'm just going to create a border just for you guys to see the border. Yeah, so now I'm going to create a space in between just for you to not confuse it for each other. So the T body, and I'm going to say TR, right, which is the table row, right? So in the table row, we are going to create a TD, which is table data. Now in my table data, right, I'm going to create, can you see now that we have name as the first thing? So I'm just going to follow the pattern. So the pattern says name, right? The first pattern says name, or the first question. Now I'm going to answer to that question and say Wizara, right? So now I'm going to create the second TD, which is course. Now the course is the second TH is asking for course. Now I'm going to answer in my TD and say HTML, right? And I'm going to create the third TD, in which the third TH is asking for the progress, and I'm going to say completed, right? So can you see that is the same thing as what we have here, right? There is no difference at all. So there's no difference in it. Can you see? So I'm just going to create another TR, right? Because I want to answer more questions, I want to give more information to this particular question. So I'm just going to create my TR again, and then create my table data, my table row, and then create my table data. Now in my table data, I'm going to answer to the first, which is name. So I'm going to say John. The second just going to duplicate this and call it CSS, right? And I'm going to duplicate and then say not complete, not completed, and I'm going to create another table row. Can you see that we are answering for this is the second one we just created. Now we want to put in Shola's information, and now I'm going to create another table row as usual and say table row, and then the data I want to add into it, so which is table data. I'm going to start with table data, and then the name says Shola, right? And now I'm going to duplicate this and say JavaScript, right? And I'm going to duplicate it and say in progress. In progress. So here we have it. We have the same results, right? The same results, but different, giving different the same results here, but giving different method, right? But to me, I prefer this. It might look confusing to others, maybe because we've not started practicing, but because me, I have already practiced it severally, and I know how beautiful this looks. Because now in everything we always have header. Even animal has head. Nothing does not have a head. So everything has a head and everything has a body. So it's easier for me to understand this whenever I'm reading my code. You don't just, as a developer, you don't just code for coding's sake. You have to code in case you are coming back to your code, or someone else in your team wants to read your code. There are a lot of times whereby you as a developer, you are trying to build, you and your team, you are trying to build a particular website, and you need to work fast, to complete the task, to complete the website, or a big project, not only websites, maybe an app or something, and you need to really deliver it as soon as possible. So you are not the only one to work on that app or on that project. There are other people to working on it. So you've already done yours, or probably others have already done theirs, and you want to add your own, and you now come to their code and it now looks tacky, it looks unarranged, it looks unorganized. You're going to get confused that what is this person doing? Even if it works on the browser, it's still not looking nice because they want to work on it. Even you yourself, if you come back to the code, you might not even understand what you've done. Or if you come back after like a year to check through the code, you might not understand what you've done. But making it clear, you understand, making it clear, making it organized, you yourself, you would understand what you've done, and other people too can see through your code and understand what you've done. You don't want your code to be looking confusing, even though it is looking nice on the browser. You want to make it nice and make it look good for your own sanity and for others' sanity, and to look professional. So that is exactly what we are doing here. Can you see now? I'm just going to give this a space so that is exactly what we are doing. So we created the table tag, which is the general table tag that should always be created whenever you're about to start anything at all in a table. And then we started with the table head and then the table body. So we started filling it in one after the other. So in the table head, you know that when you're about to create anything, you must create a table row, which is going to create all of this for you. If not for the table row, it's not going to create anything, right? So it's not going to even be organized. So the table row, and then you now start adding your th, right? And now in the table body, you create a tr and you start creating the tds. Do you understand? So that is how it's a table should look like. And you might also decide to give this table border something like, you want to decide how thick or how thin it looks. So you can give it 1 or 2 or 10. Can you see how 10 looks? Or maybe 5. Can you see how 5 looks? But to me, I just prefer, since we've not started the CSS, so it's just to demarcate the tables and the rows and the columns. So I'm just going to give it a normal border just to give it a random, So there's another thing I want you guys to see. So this is one table on its own. Now I want to create another table in case I said the other time that this is just for the basic the th. So the th, this is just the basic. Now in case you have like two tables or two table header or more than 2 table headers, right? You might want to do this. So I'm just going to create table, which is the normal, right? I'm going to create table, and let's say I'm going to create table head. I've created a table head, and in my table head I'm going to, because I want to create 2 headers in my table, in my 2 header in my T head. I'm going to say I'm going to create 2 rows. I'm going to, just for complicated, this is just for complicated tables, right? Not, and now there are a lot of patterns though, you just have to use your brain. Now this is TR, and in my TR, my first TR, now I'm going to create TH, and I just want to say students. Wait, let me give this a BR. Yeah, so I just want to say students progress report. Alright, I'm just going to give this a border as well, so that I know what is happening. Now I've created a TR and I created a TH inside of it. Can you see how thick it looks? Now I'm going to create another TH in this second TR and say I'm going to say T name. I'm going to give it a name just like what we had before, and then I'm going to duplicate this and say course. Right, you just want to increase the way, you know, how specific, and you want to give it a heading. Yeah, so can you see what it is creating? So instead of, because we have 3 here, right, we have 3 table head here, or we have 3 th in this second one, and can you see that it is not looking consistent? So I'm going to come here and say co-span. Okay, it's already giving me here. I don't even need to type everything. So if I should, because we have 3 here, 1 2 3, and it's just answering for just 1. So if I should say 2, it's going to extend it. Can you see that it has extended it to the second row? And now because we have 3 rows, 3 colons, I'm just going to say, can you see now that it has adjusted those other colons to itself? Now that is how it works. If let's say for instance I have another th, I have another th here, let's say score, I'm not sure, let's say score, right? So can you see that because it is answering for 3, it is just answering for 3 here too as well? So if I should say, I'm just going to make it 4, I'm going to as well span it. Can you see now that it has span across everything? So that is how that is. Now I'm going to just cancel this, just an example, and make this 3. Now we just worked on the table head, right? I forgot to create the table body, so I'm just going to say T body, right? And we've done the table head, as you can see. Now the table body is going to be lighter, as the example we did here. So just the same thing we've been doing. I'm just going to create a TR again, and then in our TR I'm going to create CD, and in my TD I'm going to say, I'm going to answer to this as well, John. Can you see? I'm going to say HTML, and then say completed. So you know what, right now, because we have already done this over and over again, I'm just going to copy all of this and then paste it, because there is another thing I want to show you guys. I don't want to waste too much of time. So I'm going to create it still in my table head and table border, right? And then we have it. Now we already have our this completed, right? So can you see that this is very different from what we have here? This has another table heading saying, you know, telling us that it is a student progress report. We are not just starting that name course, no, we are explaining that it is a student progress report. Now, I want you guys to save all of this and look at how far we've gone. That is how a table is being created. And now that wraps up our entire HTML phase. You guys have come so far from that first hello world. Now we are moving into CSS, and this is where your web pages are going to transform completely. So we've just been dealing with a lot of HTML without color, without beautifying, without everything. Still looks bland, right? But this is the most important thing we've dealt with, the HTML, which gives the foundation and structure of a web page or of an application, right? So yeah, you guys, I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you for sticking with me from the very beginning till the end of HTML series. I'm proud of you guys. I'm clapping for you guys right now. In our next video, we are going to start our CSS fully. Now I'm going to give you guys an assignment. I want you guys to build a table showing your own weekly learning schedule, right? What you are studying each day. Use property head and T body structure and add a course span title at the top, right? So drop a comment below. Let me know what you feel about your HTML journey. Share the videos, share it to people that need to learn this, and engage, subscribe, and I'm going to see you in our next video. Bye.